Hello, everyone, and welcome to our day 20 of 28 of our 28-day yoga challenge. My name's Antoinette. I'm so grateful to get to practice with you all. We've made it to 20 days. Today's class will be abdominals, and our props today will be mat, blocks, strap, and I've also placed the chair. We might do just a little stretching, and then we might also use the chair to place our feet on, and then we might lift up into a bridge posture. So I put that there just for fun. We'll kind of see how it all goes. All right, let's get started. We're gonna start off on our backs today. I want you to have one block close by so that we can place that in between our legs. And so that you know, like when I'm telling you to place the block in between your legs, it's kind of at its longest point, so that way you're squeezing the block, you're getting inner thigh work, but then you're also, if you want, tightening up into the pelvic floor and into the abdominal area also, so that way you get like added benefit of the use of the block. So have your block close by. Start off on our backs. So as we start off on our backs, just taking a moment, we're going to bend the knees, feet will be flat on the mat. And take a moment to let the back settle, the lower back. Feel the feet make contact with the mat. Take a breath in and out to let your body settle. The palms can be up. The shoulder heads can fall toward the mat. Give yourself, without a lot of dialogue, just a quick check-in. How are you feeling in this moment? Tilt the pelvis slightly up as you really flatten that lower back in the mat, and you're feeling the buttocks start to tighten a little. And then just allow that natural S curve to occur in the lower back, just allowing yourself to settle and just be for a moment. Take another good cleansing breath in and out. Another good deep breath in as you arrive on the mat, and then exhale to release. And then one more good deep inhale in, allowing the chest to rise toward the ceiling. And exhale to let go. Draw your right knee in toward your chest, extend your left leg long. Pressing the left calf into the mat, we'll take a circle of that right ankle. Pointing and flexing that right foot. And then gently, we're just going to take that right knee across the body over toward the left side of your mat. So gently and slowly, we'll T-shape out our right arm to your glance over toward your right outstretched palm. And as always, that cue to let the right shoulder head rest on the mat as you have your palm up. Take a circle of that right ankle one more time. I'm going to let somebody else in. And then slowly start to draw that right knee back up toward your chest. Just letting a couple more people in. And then now let's switch it out, taking your left knee in, bending your right leg long. Circle that ankle. And then slowly we'll start to take that left knee across the body. Now we'll catch it in our right hand. And again, that cue to let the left shoulder head, as you T-shape out your left arm, left shoulder head will rest on the mat. So you know you've gone too far when the shoulder starts to pop up. Take a little circle of that left ankle. Always that belly breath in and out, offering. And then we'll take that left knee back in toward the chest. Right knee's going to come in. We hug our knees in toward our chest, offering up a little loving kindness. A little rock back and forth from side to side if that feels good to you. We feel the spine make contact with the mat as we go from side to side. And then we'll place our feet flat on the mat, coming into bridge posture. So we're going to just do a couple, find your heels with your fingertips. Your feet are hip width distance apart. Fan the toes out on the floor so you really feel the contact with the mat. Now start to flatten out that lower back as you tilt the pelvis up. You start to feel the tops of the thighs, and then we're going to lift up toward the ceiling with our hips. Now, as we go, squeeze your butt as you start to really make your way up. Make contact with the mat. You root down with the feet and rise up toward the ceiling so that you're going to touch the ceiling with your hip bones. Hold that there for 6 and 5. 4, really squeeze the butt cheeks together. 3, 2, engage your core, and 1, and come on down. Take an inhale in, and exhale out. And now we're going to move with our breath. Inhale, lifting the hips up, arms come overhead. Pause there. Push the buttocks up, hips up toward the ceiling. Engage your core by taking your navel back toward your spine. And then on that next breath, coming down, push the energy down, hips and arms come down. So now let's go one breath now. Inhale, drawing it up. Squeeze as you come up to tallest point. Exhale to come down. Inhale to rise. Squeeze. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Squeeze it. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale to rise. Just creating some fire, and exhale to lower. Topless. Great job. So you all have, if you do have your chairs, great. If you don't have a chair today, no problem. If you have a chair, bring your feet on top of the chair. So your heels are there. But for us, we've got this kind of rounded chair. So I've got my feet, kind of my toes on the chair seat, and that's going to enable me to be able to lift up. Okay. So first, let's start off. Hey, how you doing? Grab everything, and when you come over, have a chair in front of you. Okay. Have a chair. Okay, great. So flatten the lower back just to start. Our hands are on the mat. We're going to start to, like a scorpion seal, scoop that tailbone up and then lift up. Now you're up a little bit higher. So here you are. Dip it down, come back up again. As you come back up again, you're squeezing the butt cheeks together. So let's go for 6 and 5. 4, as you come up, engage your core. 3 and 2 and 1. Take your left leg, bring it out. That right knee is bent. Point and flex your left foot. We're just stretching here. And then switch it out. Take your right leg out long. Point and flex. We're going to do those crunches one more time. Bending the knees. Take the hips back up all the way. Dip down halfway. Come on up. As you come up, squeeze it. Let's go 6, 5, 4. Remember your breath. 2 and 1. Great job. Come all the way down. Take your knees in toward your chest. Hopefully you're feeling that on the backs of the thighs, your buttocks. Breathe here, breathe in and breathe out. Now take your feet straight up. Now as you take your feet straight up, go slowly because maybe you have very tight hamstrings. You can take a little massage in the back of those legs. Point and flex the feet to give yourself a little more lift here. So, as always, when we're doing abdominals, we're going to take our feet toward the crown of our head so that we're flattening the lower back in the mat, and that way we're protecting our lower backs, we're protecting our abdominal core, and we're not using as much effort in our neck, which we don't want to use. We want to hone in, drill in on what's happening down below in the abdomen. So first, to start off, my hands are on either side of your hips. We're pointing the toes. We're going to make a tiny circle. And as you come up toward your abdomen, you're going to crunch in. So this is kind of a Pilates move. We're just moving very slowly, exploring the use of the abdomen. The lower back's on the mat. We're moving this feet in a circle, and you're breathing as you go. And as you come up toward that crown of the head, you're going to crunch in. Now let's go in the opposite direction. You can flex your feet if you start to get cramps or anything. Notice, are you using your shoulders? Are you using your hands to push your body up? Really hone in, dial in, drill in on the use of your abdominal core to lift your hips up off the floor. And remember your breath. One more revolution. And then keep your feet up. We're going to take our hands behind our head. So interdigitate your fingers. You're just using that as a little sling. And we're going to take our right elbow to our left knee and pulse for 3, 2, 1. Come up. And now we're going to take our left elbow to our right knee and pulse for 3, 2, 1, and come on down. Take a good breath in and out. So draw the feet up toward the crown of the head. Set yourselves up. Take your navel back toward your spine. Take a good deep inhale in. As you exhale, right elbow to left knee. Pulse for 3, 2, 1. Bring it in toward the midline. So both elbows toward both knees. And then switch it out. Left elbow to right knee. 3, 2, 1. And come on down. Now we're going to cross over. So come on down, take a good rest. Our feet are still up in the air. Just point and flex your feet. If you get tired, you can take your feet down to the chair seat or on the floor. Remember, you can take a rest anytime you need to. You press the reset button. It's your practice. Take a good deep inhale in and exhale out. Engage your core and start to touch your toes. So take right foot, hand to left foot, and vice versa. And let's cross. Keep going. Now, as you're going, are you using your neck and accessory muscles to get yourself up towards your feet, or are you using your core strength? Just notice what you're doing. Take your hands to your ankles. Keep going. Breathe here as you go. Now we're crossing. We're heading down toward our calves, and we're continuing that cross. And breathe. Go faster, go over toward your knees, continue that motion. And now we're crossing both hands over from right to left and go a little slower now. Slow down the tempo. Slow it down and breathe. We're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now cross. Take it up to the knees. Keep going. We're almost there. Take yourself towards your calves. Keep going and breathe. You got this. Up to the ankles and touch your toes. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 4, 3. Almost done. 2. And 1. Great job. Rest the neck, rest the abdomen, hug your knees in toward your chest. Awesome job. Take a little rock back and forth from side to side. We're going to stretch here for a minute. Feet come down onto the mat, feet wider than the mat, and then gently windshield wipe your knees over toward the right side. Cactus arm your arms, or better yet, arms over your head so that you have a deeper stretch and maybe you start to feel those abdominals as well as a little stretch in that quadricep area on the left side. This is your rest. And now we're going to take our knees back up toward the ceiling and then over to the left side. Breathing here. Good deep breath in and out. And then the knees are going to come back up. I'm going to push myself up on my mat because my legs are going to now be long. So you might want to rock yourself all the way up toward the top of your mat. We're going to be doing switches. So we're taking our right knee into our chest. And we're going to hover that left leg a couple of inches above the mat. Now, start off by rocking slightly over to the right side. So you're squeezing that left butt cheek, then come back on top of it. Now you're really activating that left leg. Point and flex your left foot. Point and flex. Point and flex. Okay, now so let's set ourselves up. So we're flattening that lower back. You're starting to take that right knee in toward the chest. You may have your left leg up a little bit higher, so you're flattening that lower back on the mat, and then start to draw your nose towards your knee. Breathe here. Start to reach for that left foot. Point and flex your feet. And as you're pointing and flexing, squeeze that left butt cheek. So point and flex and squeeze. And then come on down with your neck and your head, and let's switch it out. Extend that right leg long, hover the right leg a couple of inches above the mat. Jog yourself slightly over toward the left side so you can really squeeze that right cheek, and then you're gonna come back on it. Now you've really engaged quadricep, hamstring, buttocks muscle. And then point and flex so you get that action going. Draw that left knee in toward the chest so that that lifts that hip up a little higher. And now start to draw your nose towards your knee and reach long with your right hand towards your right foot, like you're gonna touch your right toes. Point and flex the feet. Point and flex. Point and flex. Remember your breath. So you can go up a little higher. You're challenging yourself, pushing yourself to your own personal edge, and then come down. Great job. Take both knees in toward the chest. And now we're going to work on the switches. So taking that right knee back in. So you know kind of how to set yourself up, right? So you can jog yourself over, engage your left leg first. So as we're switching, we're going to switch a little faster now. Make sure that you're engaging your buttocks muscle, engaging your top of thigh, and then we're going to switch. So nose to knee, fold it, and then switch. Now remember, if you have any cervical spine issues, you can keep your back on the mat. That's good. You're still going to get that benefit. And if you are there, maybe you're up a little higher as you switch and switch. Or if you're not and you're up, and you're making sure that that lower back switch is on the mat, and switch. And switch. Let's pulse now from 1, 2, and switch. 1, 2, and switch. 1, 2, go a little higher and switch. 1, 2, and switch. 1, 2, and switch. 1, 2, and switch. Come on down. Both feet out long, arms come overhead. Take a good deep inhale in. Exhale out. We're going to walk our feet and hands over toward the right corners of our mat. And gently with your right hand, grasp your left wrist and bring yourself over, C-shaping it a little more. Come back to your midline, reach and extend. Head over to the left side and gently with your left hand, grasp your right wrist. You're just stretching here and you get that little very short break. And we take a breath in and out. And then we're going to come back with legs long. We're bending that left knee. Our hands are right underneath our heads. So we've made ourselves a little hammock with our fingers. We're going to flatten that lower back into the mat. So we're pressing with the left foot to send that lower back into the mat. Take an inhale in, and as you exhale, take your right elbow toward your left knee, and then come back down again. Now, you could also take your left hand out and T-shape it, and then come over. But we're getting that left side of the abdomen. And now let's go for 10. And 9, 3, 8. Press it with that left foot. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, almost there, 2, and 1. Great job. Take a rest, change your feet, right foot down, left leg long. So you can also squeeze that left side. We're pressing in with that right foot. setting ourselves up. So either right arm is out or right hand right behind you, your choice. Left hand is right behind your head. Take a good breath in as we exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a little higher, 10. Great job. Draw your knees in toward your chest. Breathe in, breathe out. Right knee down, left foot on your right knee. We're coming into low figure 4. Push that left knee away from the body. Breathe here. Push it away. And we've done this now for the last couple of days, and I've really kind of enjoyed this, so I hope you do too. And that is that we're going to start to take our knee over toward the right side of our mat. We're dipping our left toe like we're going to dip it in water. And then we're going to take our right hand to our left knee and gently coax it down toward the floor. So we're coming into a twist. We're going as far as we still allow that left shoulder head to rest on the mat. Hopefully you feel a nice stretch in the left side of the hip. Belly breath in and out. Gently remove that bind through there, coming back onto our backs. And we're just taking the left knee now over toward the left side of the mat. So I still have my left foot on top of my right knee. I'm going to take a breath in and out. Hopefully you feel that on that right flank. Come back, we're going to switch it out. Left foot's down, right foot's going to be on your left knee now. Gently with your right hand, push that right knee away from the body. Just kind of set you up for a little stretch here. And then we're going to start to take that left knee over to the left side. We're dipping our right toe down on the left side of our mat. And then gently bringing that right knee across and coming into a twist here. Take a breath in and a breath out. Really feel that nice stretch along the right side. And with the belly breath, nice stretch in the abdominals as well. Come back to your back, and we're just going to switch right over to the other side. That right knee is going to come down to the right side of the mat. And now I'm pressing in a little bit with my right foot on top of my left knee, just to give my outer left hip a bit of a stretch. So again, it's all nuances. You can kind of play around with what feels good to you. That might be real rough on your knees, so you see what you need. And now we're going to come back again. This time we're going to take our block and we'll place that in between our legs. So remember that long way point. We're drawing our knees toward, so we're L-shaping our knees. So I've got my block kind of in line with my kneecap, so that way I'm squeezing there. I'm starting to draw my knees in toward my chest so that my lower back is on the mat and my hands are down beside me. I'm going to take my knee toward my chest and then take it away so that it's about 90 degree mark, right? So it's straight up and down. So you're coming in and coming back down. And not down, but back to your midline. Let's go. So we're going to 10, slow, and 9. As you come in, you're crunching it into your stomach. 8, and you're squeezing the block. So there's lots of different things happening here. And 6, and 5. You guys know if I ever lose count, we're just going to add 1. 4, and 3, 2, and 1. So now we're going to add a little bit more to that. So our knees are straight up and down. We're squeezing the block with our inner thigh. Our hands are now right behind us. We're taking our right elbow to our left knee, come back, and then switch it out. And then come back. Let's go for 12. 11, 10, squeeze the block, 9, 8, 7, engage your core, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Take that block all the way up to your feet. So you're taking the block up to your feet. You're pressing in with the inner soles of the feet. Your feet can be flexed or pointed depending on what you want to do. And then just like we were doing before with our block in between our knees, and guess what? We were getting inner thigh that whole time. How cool is that? So we're going to press the block with our inner thigh, inner feet. Our lower back is on the mat, and we're taking that block up toward the crown of our head, and then back halfway. So now we're here at our 90-degree angle and Viparita Karani. We're going to take our feet forward and then take it back. Back just enough. We're going to be doing this in a couple of different ways. Okay, so this is the first start of it. So here we go. Lift it up. And come back. Up. And come back. As you're lifting it up, are you able to lift your hips slightly off the floor without pushing with your hands? You're using your core to draw that block up toward the crown of the head. This way we're getting some lower abdominal, just like below the navel. You're breathing. 1, 3 more. And 2 more. And 1. Great job. And keep that block in between your feet. Take it away from your body. So I'm not all the way down, but now I'm getting lower abdominal. So my back is flat on the mat. My feet are out, and now I'm just going to bring it up part way. I'm going to come down and bring it up part way. You can cactus arm your arms also, so that might be less stress and also less, what's the right word? That, you know, your tendency to want to push with your hands. So you're using that abdominal for a little bit more. We're going to go 3 more. Hopefully your belly feels nice and warm. Comments from the audience. Okay, that's our last one. Okay, come on down. So we're not done yet. Draw it in and then bring it back up. And draw it in slowly. So as you draw it in, are you able to hug the knees in toward the abdomen and then come out? Draw it in. And we're going for 4 more. As you draw it in, hug everything in, tighten and zipping everything up. Come out. Draw it in. And come out. You got 3 more. 3 more. So I lost count. And 2. Last one. Great job. So good. Move that block. Yay. And then take your legs long. Really slowly stretch, because you might really be feeling that, right? Toes up. Press the calves in toward the mat. Tighten everything up. Point and flex the feet. We're going to come up to do a little bit of work from standing, and then we'll come back down and do some stretching. So let's first just do a couple more bridge postures, and then we're going to make our way up onto tabletop to do a little bit more and make our way to stand. So feet on the mat, we're just going to stretch here. Curve that tailbone up and under, squeeze the buttocks, hip the hips up. We're just going to stretch here. Push the feet up toward the ceiling, and then hips up toward the ceiling. Push, 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 squeeze everything in, and then come down again. And we're going to roll over onto our stomachs. All the way over. because we get to be plank. We've done 20 days in a row of plank. We are 20. So let's start off by measuring our elbows with our hands. Bring our hands in Sphinx posture right out in front of us. Start to take our elbows in toward our midline and bring our chest through. This should feel really good. Now squeeze your butt and push through. We're just stretching here. Breathe. So good. And now tuck the toes. And tuck the tailbone, tuck the toes, squeeze the buttocks, looking down at the mat, and then lift your body up. And I have the lovely opportunity now to watch a clock, so you guys won't have to listen to me count to 60. So we're going to stay here, and we're going to focus on our breath. Kind of right at that mark where we can count our 60. You can shift your weight slightly forward, have the buttocks slightly up. We're going to tip the tailbone under, so you're really focusing on that core strength. And we're continuing to breathe. And then watching that second hand go around as we follow our breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, I know I am breathing. Breathing out, I know I am breathing. Remember, if you get bored, you can take one foot up if you want, and then the other, or you can tap it out on the side if you want. Continue your breath, creating that fire. We're almost there. Another good breath in and out, and come on down. Great job. Come all the way down. And we're going to take our elbows out toward the edges of our mat. Our forehead is down on the mat. Mine's just up so you can hear me, so I'm not talking down to the floor. We're just stretching here a little bit. We're going to take our left foot off the mat. Point and flex that left foot. Lift it up a little higher. And come on down. Right foot's coming off the mat. Point and flex that right foot. And then come on down. Take a little shimmy of the hips. Take your hands right underneath your shoulders. We're just pushing up for another stretch. So really slow. Hug your elbows in toward your body. We're pushing ourselves into upward facing dog. We're just stretching. Take an inhale in. This should feel good on the core. Squeeze your butt to protect your lower back. And then very slowly, we're coming into tabletop. Have one of your blocks at the top of your mat. We'll come into a couple of cat cows just to start. So your knees are about hip distance apart. Shoelaces part of the feet on the mat, or tuck the toes, your choice. Let's go one breath. So as we inhale in, swaying the back, look up with eyes and chin. Exhale to ground. Bend your fingertips on this first one. You're going to feel that lower back. Take a little sway from side to side. We're just stretching here. Add the hands now. Come back to neutral. Inhale to sway. And keep the hands padded and exhale to ground. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Then come back to neutral. Have your block, top of the mat on its midway point so you can grab it. Left foot's going to come out. We're going to just stretch here, taking that left heel back. As you come up onto the ball of that left foot, squeeze the left butt cheek. And then push back again. And then squeeze as you come up. And come back. And squeeze. And come back. Gently windshield wiper that left heel over toward the left side of the mat. You're just stretching that outer thigh. And then come back and windshield wiper it over toward the right side. Hands on the block. Coming into that side angle. Reach up and extend. We're just stretching here. Open up. And up and over. Press in with that outside edge of that left foot. Find length. Come on down. Just go right over to the other side. And then we're going to start working our abs. Take your left hand to the block. Right hand down. Bring that block up to the left corner of the mat. Right foot comes out. We're pushing back on that right calf. And then as you come up, squeeze. Push back. And then as you come up, squeeze it. You can squeeze your quadriceps as well. Last time. And gently windshield wiper that right heel over toward the right side of the mat. We're just stretching. And then windshield wiper over to the left side of the neck. Extend out that left foot. And we're coming on to a side angle now. Reaching up with our right hand. We're pressing in on the outer edge of that right foot. We're going to take our right hand up and over the body. Open up. And then let's bring the only arms over and down, coming back into tabletop. Left block, left hand, right foot back. We're going to crunch it in. But first we're going to lift up. So inhale to lift up. You can touch here. Inhale as you lift up and hold it. We're holding it for 3. Feet down, toes down, kicking out with that heel. 2 and 1. And come on down. And then let's move it over to the other side. Left foot out, right hand to right corner. Lift it up and hold it there. Toes down. 3, 2, and 1. Now take that left knee in and right elbow in. And then let's kick it back out. So we're going slow. As you bring it in, you're going to exhale. As you're coming out, you're going to inhale. And exhale. Inhale to lengthen. Kick it out. Hold it. And then exhale. Bring it in. Reach. And exhale. And reach. And exhale. Last one. And exhale. And switch it out. Right hand down, left hand to the block. Draw it up. And then let's come on in. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. 2 more. 1. Great job. Remove that block. Coming into doing some. Stay in tabletop for just a moment. We're going to do some fire hydrants. So lift up and hold that there for 3, 2, 1. Come down. Come up. 3, 2, 1. Come down and up. 3, 2, 1. So last one, come down and up. 3, 2, 1. Switch it out. Left knee comes up and hold it for 3, 2, 1. Come down. Come up and hold it for 3, 2, 1. And down. We got 2 more. Bring it up and hold it for 3, 2, 1. And down. Last one. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. And down. Come off your hands. Let's reach up. Good deep inhale. And exhale. We'll circle the wrist. And reach up. Inhale. And exhale down your leg. Just a little stretch here. And rise. And head over to the right side. It feels good. Come on up, reach up and extend. Exhale down. Circle. Let's head over to the left side. Come on up. Feeling. Exhale down. Roll the shoulders back and forward. We're just going to come up to standing. We're going to do 2 warriors and make our way down so we can do some stretching. So if downward facing dog is in your practice, go. And if you don't, remember you can go 1 foot, and we're going to make our way up to Tadasana. So if you want to do downward facing dog, your hand is planted, tucking the toes under, coming up into your downward facing dog. Just gently pedaling the feet, we're just stretching a little bit, sending the arms long, lowering the head. And then slowly walk your feet toward your hands. Create a little bit of movement here. Inhaling to a half lift. And exhaling to forward fold. Inhale to come all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to prayer, right hands to up. So we're just going to move a little bit and then make our way right back down. Inhale, coming up. As we exhale, kick out, use that core. Come back. And then let's push back into our warrior 1. Reach up with gratitude, inhaling. As we exhale, push forward, right foot comes to meet the left, inhaling in. Remember, tuck that tailbone slightly under so you're using your strength, inhaling in. Exhaling into Tadasana. Inhaling to rise, reach and extend. Exhaling, hands to prayer, left knees coming up. Inhale, we're taller. And then kick out and hold it. Hold it. And then let's step back. Warrior 1. Rise up. Inhale. Exhale, push off. Left foot comes to meet the right. This feels good to move for a minute. Inhaling in. Exhaling in. Out. Inhaling to rise. Exhaling, hands to prayer. Go over warrior. Rise up with that right knee. So pause here for a second. Take that right knee down. And take it back up. As you take it up, without locking in that left leg, squeeze that left leg. And draw it up. Use your core strength to draw that right knee up. One more time. Hold it. And step back into warrior 1. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale, push off. Right foot meets the left. So the other side is inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to prayer, left knees coming up. So squeeze that right side. Take it down. Come on. Get your core. Draw it up. Bring it down. Helps our balance, helps our core strength. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more, hold it. And then let's step back forward. Rise up. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale, push off. Left foot meets the right. Inhale in. Exhale. We're going to make our way down to the mat. Inhale to rise. We're going to stretch with the strap. Exhale to lower. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, lower down. Grab your strap. Onto our backs. Great job. Now remember, if you have your blocks, you can put them like airplane wings on either side. So you have something to land on. If you want. Let's take the strap into the ball of our left foot, the sole of our left foot. And let's stretch a little bit. So first kind of find what resonates with you. Pointing and flexing, circling the ankle, or just bringing that foot up to the crown of the head. And remember, you can give yourself a little bit of a massage, so you can take your hand to the back of that left hamstring if you want to, and just give it a little massage and see if you're able to draw it up a little higher maybe. And then when you're ready, we're taking that right foot out and we're gonna hover it. Take a good deep inhale in and either keep your head down or lift your foot your head toward your right foot and reach toward your foot with your right hand. See how high you can go. Hold it, and then come on down. And then the last abdominal, and then we'll take our left foot out toward the left side of our body, landing that left ankle on the block. Or your left thigh, or whatever, wherever you want to land. And just want to get a really nice stretch of that left inner thigh, but also allow ourselves to not have to really grip that strap too hard. So set yourself up. That right leg needs to be on the mat. So if it's not there, then readjust yourself. And then see if you're able to soften the shoulders. Just landing on that block. Try out. Another breath in, and then let's switch and go all the way across the body and land that left ankle, walk over forward. T-shape out that left arm. So again, that left shoulder head rests on the mat. To have a gentle bend in that right knee, you could. It doesn't have to be straight. You can kind of play around with it. Because now maybe you're able to straighten out that left leg. Lots of ways to stretch. And then also you can play around with taking the left foot down toward the corner of the mat in that direction, and that might give you a deeper stretch along the hip rather than the L-shaped hip. And then as you're ready, drawing that left foot back up toward the ceiling, we're going to bring both feet in toward each other. Point and flex your feet. With both feet in the strap, take your feet wide now, like in the shape of a V. So I've got the very tail end of my strap. And I'm going to see how wide I can make my legs. So everybody's different, which is stretching here. So once you get your feet wide, see if you're able to rotate that left foot down toward in the direction of the left corner of your mat. So you get a little left inner thigh stretch. And then rotate the hips just slightly so that that right foot heads down toward the right corner of the mat. Almost like you're steering your legs. Or you could gently rock over to the left side and then rock over to the right side. Again, being playful like a child would be. And then when you're ready, if you want to take your knees, so you're going to bring the strap a little closer to you. You're going to take your knees down toward your armpits. We're coming into a version of a strapped happy laughing baby. And again, you can sway a little from side to side. Might feel really good, I hope. Just turn it around. And then when you've had enough of that, you're going to keep the right foot in and we're going to take the left leg down. So again, pointing and flexing, circling the ankle, drawing the foot to the crown of the head, lots of options. And then we're going to lengthen that left leg and cover it. Catch the strap in your right hand. Good deep inhale. As you exhale, you can take your shoulders off if you want and start to reach toward that left foot. And we're going to hold it there for just another moment. See how high up you can go as you take your shoulders off the mat. And then let it come down, relax. Take your right leg out toward the right side of your body. land that right ankle on the block or not. Feel that right inner thigh stretch. Good breathing. Breathing into tight spaces that you might feel opening up. Opening up to possibilities. All the changes that your body has gone through in these last 20 days of practice. Stronger, flexible, better balance. Maybe some mental clarity, some calm. Start to draw that right foot up toward the ceiling from all the way across the body. Maybe you come to know things about yourself that you didn't know before. You spent time on your mat. Here you are in that twist. Belly breath in and out. As you breathe. Again, you could bend that left knee if you wanted, just so you can deepen that stretch along the right hip. And then we're going to draw that right foot back up, remove your strap. Hug the knees into the chest. Hug it in. Body coming to the mat today. A little rock from side to side. And then come into whichever version of Shavasana you would like to tonight. So remember, the legs can be long and head toward the corners of the mat. You can take their blocks on their long point and put your calves on the blocks. That gives you a little bit of a lift. You can put your feet up onto the seat of the chair or your legs up the wall. I'm going to turn the lights down in our room as we come into stillness. Just a final rest. Keep your breath in and out as you let your body settle into the mat. So much great work today. Strengthening our bellies. Stronger together. We're going to settle in here for a few moments as we come into our rest. As you breathe in and out, allowing the body to settle further into the mat. Releasing any areas that you might be gripping. And then softening your attention to the words. This reading tonight is about showing up for life. The way we walk into a room says a lot about the way we live our lives. We walk into a room curious about what's happening, willing to engage, and perceiving ourselves as an active participant with something to offer, then we have really shown up to the party. When we walk into a room with our eyes down, or nervously smiling. We are holding ourselves back for one reason or another. We may be hurting inside and in need of healing. Or we may lack the confidence required to really be present in the room. Still, just noticing that we're not really showing up. And having a vision of what it will look like when we actually do can give us inspiration that we need to recover ourselves. Even if we're suffering, we can show up to that experience ready to fully engage. Learn what it has to offer. When we show up for our life, we are actively participating in being a happy person, achieving our goals, generally living the life our soul really wants. If we need healing, we begin the process of seeking out those who can help us heal. If we need experience, we find the places and opportunities that can give us the experience that we need in order to do the work we want to do in this world. Whatever we need, look for it. When we find it, we engage in the process of letting ourselves have it. When we do this kind of work, we become lively, confident, passionate individuals. There's nothing better in this world than the feeling of showing up for our own lives. When we can do this, we can become people that are more alive and who have the ability to make things happen in our lives and the lives of people around us. We walk through the world with the knowledge that we have a lot to offer and the desire to share it. Slowly start to make some movement to your fingers and to your toes. Just waking the body back up. Put yourself gently over to your right or your left side as you cradle your head and your arm. And remembering to thank yourself for coming to the mat today, for showing up. And then coming to a comfortable seat. Just to finish our practice, maybe you sit yourself on your block or on the floor, but we bring our bodies up tall, keeping our gaze soft or our eyes closed. Remembering that, touching that feeling that comes from our heart center. Feeling the effects of your practice. Taking a good deep inhale in and an exhale out. Keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Your habits positive because your habits become your values. Your values positive. Your values become the deep inhale. And as we exhale, we'll share the word. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. Abdominals, We did it, day 20. And I'll see you all tomorrow for day 21.